The tax dispute between Indian tax authorities and Vodafone has a long history of 13 years. The dispute has been in the attention of foreign investors as well as tax authorities of many countries for the unique nature of the claim. On September 25th, the Permanent Court of Arbitration in Hague ruled in favor of Vodafone Group. Ideally, the dispute should come to a logical conclusion. The dispute began in 2007 with the acquisition of HSR Limited, a telecom operator in India, by Vodafone Group as part of increasing Vodafone's global presence. The tax authorities in India slammed a demand notice on Vodafone for withholding tax that Vodafone should have collected and remitted to the government of India as a capital asset in India was involved. The company took the stance that they were not liable to deduct the tax as the transaction took place between two overseas entities in an offshore place. Let us go through the details of the transactions. Hutchison SR Limited or Hutch was incorporated in India and was a telecom service provider. Later on, it came to known as Vodafone Idea, and recently it has been rebranded as Vi. 67% of stake in Hutch India was held by Hutchison Whampoa, a Cayman Island based company. This was a subsidiary of STIL based in Hong Kong. In 2007, Vodafone Group acquired the 67% stake in Hutch India from Hutchison Whampoa. The deal was done between STIL and Vodafone International Holding BV, a Netherlands-based group company of Vodafone. In essence, the transaction was between a Cayman Island-based company and a Dutch company, and the transaction took place in Cayman Island. Thus, the transaction was between two overseas entities and took place in offshore as claimed by Vodafone. However, according to IT Department of India, the underlying asset was situated in India. Now let's go through the timelines. In May 2007, the transaction took place. In September 2007, Indian IT authorities issued a demand notice on Vodafone. Aggrieved by this action, the company approached the Bombay High Court. In September 2010, High Court ruled in favor of IT authorities. The company decided to move the Supreme Court. In January 2012, Supreme Court ruled in favor of Vodafone. In 2012, Indian Parliament amended the Income Tax Act 1967 with retrospective effect. It introduced a new clause, General Anti-Avoidance Rule, popularly known as GAR. It was originally proposed in the Direct Tax Code of 2009. The aim of GAR was to prevent arrangements or transactions made specifically to avoid taxes. However, it was decided to keep implementation pending till 2016. In January 2013, the Tax Department issued a fresh demand notice on Vodafone armed by the clause in the Income Tax Act. Request by Vodafone and the UK government to settle the matter amicably remained unattended for long. Aggrieved by this, in April 2014, Vodafone approached arbitration court invoking the clauses in India-Netherlands bilateral treaty. Change of government took place in India in May 2024. However, there was no rollback of demand or rule, and IT department served a fresh demand on Vodafone in February 2016. On September 25, 2020, the arbitration court ruled in favor of Vodafone. As per the ruling, India has to bear rupees 40 crore as cost of litigation. Around rupees 45 crore already recovered from Vodafone has to be refunded, though there was a claim for rupees 20,000 crore along with interest and penal charges. No remittance took place towards this, and hence there is no fresh outflow for India or inflow for Vodafone Group on account of the ruling. Now, India has two options: accept the ruling, learn from it, drop further proceedings and move forward, wooing foreign investors. Else, go ahead with further proceedings. Further proceedings is a costly affair. Apart from that, further proceedings may undermine the confidence and faith of foreign investors in India's commitment to international treaties and the rule of law. First option, therefore, looks more wise. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe the channel and share the video.